Have you ever felt like you gave everything to him, your time, your loyalty, your love, and still it felt like you were only passing through his life, not someone who truly belonged in his heart? Like no matter how much you tried to connect, you were always on the outside looking in? You smiled, you supported him, you stayed when others walked away, and still, you never felt like home to him. That kind of emptiness, that quiet ache, it doesn't come from being alone. It comes from loving someone deeply and still feeling like a stranger in his world. It's painful, isn't it? Watching him laugh, open up, feel safe around others, but with you, he keeps a wall up. You try to break through it, you try to show him you're not going to hurt him, and yet nothing changes. You start to question yourself. What's wrong with me? Why can't I reach his heart? But beautiful, it was never about not being enough. It was about forgetting who you are. You weren't born to knock on doors. You were born to be the door he never wants to close. Seneca once said, "A house is not a home unless it contains food and fire for the mind as well as the body." The same is true for his heart. A man's heart isn't built through pressure or begging. It's built through warmth, presence, and peace. And the woman who knows how to bring emotional safety, who knows how to speak without screaming, love without losing herself, stand strong without controlling. She doesn't have to ask for a place in his heart. He makes space for her. She becomes the home his soul runs back to. Think of a home, not the walls, not the floor, but the feeling, that sense of safety when it rains, that quiet warmth when everything outside is loud. That's what a man needs, even if he doesn't say it. And when you learn how to be that, not a prisoner of your emotions, but a peaceful storm, he will not just notice. He will feel you in his bones. You've cried, you've bent, you've tried, but now something shifts. Because the moment you stop chasing his heart and start living in your own worth, that's the moment you stop being the guest and become the queen of the home he never wants to leave. If this message touched something deep inside you, if it made you pause, breathe, and remember your worth, then don't keep that power to yourself. Like this video and subscribe to the channel because we are working day and night to bring you the truth, the strength, and the healing you deserve. This is your space, your reminder, your home, and we are here to walk this journey with you. Number 1. He doesn't need a roof over his head. He needs a soul he can rest in. Have you ever wondered why he pulls away, even when you give him everything? Why he comes home to you physically, but his heart still feels far away? It's not always about what you say or what you do. It's about what he feels when he's near you. You see, a man can live in the finest house, sleep on the softest bed, and still feel homeless. Because what he truly craves is not just comfort, it's connection. He doesn't need a roof over his head, he needs a soul he can rest in. Right now, you might feel tired. You've been showing up, giving love, doing your best, but nothing seems to touch him the way you hoped. It's like you're there, but you're invisible. You speak, but you're not heard. That kind of pain? It's heavy. But here's the truth that changes everything. You were never meant to beg for a place in his heart. You were meant to be the place his heart calls home. Rumi once said, "The wound is the place where the light enters you." This wound you're feeling right now, it's not here to break you. It's here to remind you of your power, of your ability to become the peace he never knew he needed. A woman who feels like safety becomes unforgettable. Think of a quiet cabin in the middle of a storm. Wind may howl, rain may fall, but inside there's fire, warmth, stillness. That's what your presence can become when you stop overthinking, stop trying to impress, and start standing in your truth. When you soften without shrinking, when you speak without shouting, when you love without losing yourself, that's the moment you stop chasing his attention and start attracting his heart. And yes, this takes strength, but not the kind that fights. It takes the kind that holds your power, holds your peace, holds your vision of love that isn't about being chosen, but about being felt in every corner of his soul. So to the woman who feels tired of trying, this is your turning point. You don't need to fight for space. You need to become the space. You are not just a woman. You are home. Write this in the comments and claim it now. I am the soul his heart can rest in. Queens, let this be your reminder. Your power was never in trying harder. Your power is in being. Like this video and subscribe to the channel because we are working with all our heart to bring you the kind of life-changing lessons that help you stop waiting and start reigning. Number 2. Be the silence that calms his storms, not the noise that adds to them. Have you ever felt like every time you speak, he pulls further away? Like no matter how much you explain, cry, or try to be heard, he just shuts down. It's like talking into a storm, loud, chaotic, and pointless. You wanted connection. You wanted to be his safe place, but somehow your words became lightning instead of light. That ache you feel, it's not just heartbreak. It's the pain of trying to build a home in his heart without realizing that a man doesn't open his heart to more noise. He opens it to peace. Sometimes he doesn't need more questions. He doesn't need more pressure. He needs quiet strength. Because a man who feels emotionally safe doesn't run, he rests. And the woman who knows how to offer calm, not silence that punishes, but silence that soothes, she becomes unforgettable. He won't always say it. He may not even realize it. But he will remember how your energy made him feel safe in a world that kept pushing him to be strong. There's a reason the softest winds still move the tallest trees. And there's a reason the woman who learns to quiet her storms becomes the one his soul keeps coming back to. You don't have to shout to be heard. You don't have to explain your heart over and over. You have to become the calm he didn't know he was looking for. Lao Tzu once said, "Silence is a source of great strength." In love, this is more than truth. It is power. Because when you become the woman who doesn't panic when he pulls away, who doesn't attack when he's quiet, who doesn't fill every pause with fear, you become his emotional home. The place he trusts, the place he returns to. Not because you begged, but because you breathed. So, now is the time. Let go of the need to be loud. Let go of the need to prove. Choose presence, choose stillness, and watch how he begins to lean into your calm like it's the only place that makes sense. Lovely woman, you've cried enough. You've shouted into storms that never listened. Now you rise in silence that heals, not hurts. You don't have to fight to be heard. You are already felt. Write this in the comments and claim it. I am the silence that calms, not the noise that breaks. We are working hard to create these life-changing lessons just for you, because your reign starts with peace. Number 3. A man builds a life with the woman who knows how to touch his heart before his body. Have you ever felt like you were close to him, physically present, emotionally invested, but still felt like a stranger to his heart? Like you gave your best, stayed loyal, stayed soft, and yet he never truly let you in? It's painful when you realize he may hold your hand, kiss your lips, even sleep beside you, but still hasn't handed you the key to the place that matters most, his heart. Because the truth is, a man doesn't build a life with the one who only touches his skin. He builds it with the one who touches his soul. You can't force your way into his heart, and no, beauty isn't enough. It's the way you make him feel in his quiet moments, the way you respond when he's weak, not just when he's strong, the way you understand the things he doesn't even say. That's what leaves a mark. That's what makes him stop, pause, and realize she's different. Marcus Aurelius once said, "The soul remains dyed with the color of its thoughts, and a man who constantly feels pressure, fear, or judgment will close himself off. But when he finds a woman who becomes peace in human form, a woman whose presence feels like exhale, like freedom, like home, that's the woman he builds his forever with." Think of his heart like a room, not locked, just buried deep. Most women knock louder, scream louder, dress prettier, hoping he'll open it. But the one who gets in, she walks with quiet strength. She decorates the space with patience, hangs safety on the walls, and fills the air with kindness. And one day, without realizing it, he invites her in, not because she asked, but because she made him feel safe enough to open the door himself. So, no more wondering if you're enough. No more comparing yourself to what she does or what he wants. Because you don't win his heart by being louder. You win it by being true. And the woman who touches his heart before his body, she doesn't just stay, she becomes his peace, his safe place, his emotional home. Dear woman, stop shrinking yourself to be wanted. You were never meant to be a temporary thrill. You were born to be the place he runs to when the world turns cold. Affirm this now. I touch hearts, not just hands. Write this in the comments, queens. Let it be your power, your truth, your reminder. We are working hard to bring you real, life-changing lessons because your heart deserves more than to be half-loved. It deserves to reign. Number 4. Don't beg to enter his heart. Rearrange the furniture of your soul until he finds peace there. Have you ever walked into a room that looked perfect from the outside, but inside everything felt wrong? The lights were on, the walls were painted, the furniture placed, but still there was no warmth. That's exactly how it feels when you're trying to be in his life, but not in his heart. You're present, you're loving, you're loyal, but something always feels missing. You try harder, you speak softer, you wait longer, but he still doesn't open up. And it hurts, doesn't it? Because you're not asking for too much. You're asking to be seen, to be felt, to be home for the heart you keep pouring your own into. But listen closely. Stop begging to enter his heart. That door does not open through pressure, through pain, or through pleasing. That door opens when you rearrange the furniture of your own soul, when you stop trying to fit into his world, and instead start creating peace inside your own. A man does not stay where he feels chased. He stays where he feels calm. Your love should not feel like a storm he has to survive. It should feel like a space where he can breathe without fear, speak without judgment, and rest without pressure. Rumi once said, "The wound is the place where the light enters you." And maybe that's what this moment is. A wound teaching you how to find your own light first, before you ask for a place in his. Stop adjusting your worth to match his silence. Instead, fill your space with your own joy, your own strength, your own peace. Because when your soul is full, it speaks louder than words ever could. And when he sees that, he won't just notice, he will feel it. He will return, not because you chased, but because your energy felt like home in a world full of noise. You are not meant to stand at a locked door. You are meant to be the door. the one he opens without fear, the one he chooses to return to again and again, not because you asked him to, but because your presence made him feel something he couldn't explain. And now, beautiful woman, it's time to live differently. No more waiting to be invited into his heart. Start building a home within yourself and watch how he finds his way to you. Because the woman who becomes peace becomes unforgettable. Affirmation: I do not beg to enter. I become the place he never wants to leave. Queens, write this in the comments and claim it. And if this message opened your heart, like this video and subscribe to the channel. We are working hard to bring you real, life-changing lessons because your power, your love, and your heart deserve to be cherished, not questioned. Number 5. He won't always say what he feels, but he will always remember how you made him feel. Have you ever looked into his eyes and known he was hurting, but no words ever came out of his mouth? Have you ever sat beside him, offering all your love, all your softness, and still felt like he was miles away? Quiet, closed, unreadable. You give, you try, you wait for him to open up. But the truth is, he won't always say what he feels, not because he doesn't feel it, but because emotions aren't always easy for him to carry, let alone express. This is where so many women begin to doubt themselves. When he shuts down, you start thinking, maybe you're doing something wrong. Maybe he doesn't care. Maybe he doesn't love you the way you love him. But listen closely. His silence does not always mean absence. A man might not always speak his heart, but he will never forget how you made it feel. Marcus Aurelius once said, "Waste no more time arguing what a good man should be. Be one." In your case, don't waste time begging to be heard. Be the feeling that lingers in his soul long after the words are gone. Because when a woman becomes peace in his chaos, her presence never fades from his memory. She becomes the home he carries inside him, even if he doesn't know how to say it out loud. Think of a candle, a single flame in a dark room. It doesn't shout, it doesn't demand attention, it just glows. And that quiet glow becomes comfort. That glow becomes safety. That glow becomes the place he runs to in his heart when the world gets too loud. You are that flame, not because you say all the right words, but because you make him feel seen, held, safe. That's what it means to build an emotional home in his heart. Not with noise, not with pressure, but with presence. And to every woman who feels invisible right now, who's given love to a man who doesn't know how to show it back, this is not your weakness, it is your strength. You are not forgotten. You are unforgettable. You are not unworthy. You are the reason he will compare every other feeling to the one you gave him. So now is the time to stop waiting for words and start becoming the memory he'll never escape, the emotion that haunts his silence, the calm he'll crave for a lifetime. Affirm this and claim it in the comments. He will never forget how I made him feel. Queens, write this in the comments right now. We're working hard to bring you real, life-changing lessons because you weren't born to beg. You were born to reign. Number 6. The woman who becomes his calm becomes his forever. Have you ever noticed how he lights up when he feels understood? How his shoulders drop, his voice softens, and his eyes stay just a little longer when he feels safe. Not judged, not pressured, just safe. That's not a coincidence. That's what peace feels like to a man who's been running from noise. And the truth is hard. He may laugh with many, flirt with a few, even be close to another. But the woman who becomes his calm is the one who stays in his soul. The one he never forgets, the one he fights to keep. So many women chase his attention, try to impress him, fix him, keep him, but the one who truly captures him is the one who gives him something this world rarely offers: a place to breathe, a place to feel without fear, a place that feels like home, even in silence. Because love doesn't scream, it whispers in the quiet. And when your presence becomes his peace, he will protect it like treasure. There's a quote that says, "Peace is not found in a place. It's found in a person who feels like home." And that's what he's searching for, even when he doesn't say it. He's looking for a soul that doesn't add pressure to his wounds, a voice that doesn't compete with his chaos, a love that doesn't need to be loud to be powerful. Imagine this: he is like a wild river, rushing, unpredictable, crashing through everything in his path. But then you come in, not to stop his flow, but to hold space like a steady shore. You become the balance. You let him be water and still give him something to lean on. That's not weakness, that's power. That's what real connection looks like. But hear this: you don't become his calm by losing yourself. You don't become his peace by abandoning your needs. You do it by stepping fully into who you are. Soft but strong, gentle but firm, loving but never lost. That's when you stop being his moment and start being his forever. Dear woman, you've bent long enough trying to prove you're worthy of love. Now it's time to stand. Because when you live in your truth, your light becomes the warmth he never knew he needed. That's when he stops running and starts coming home. Write this in the comments and claim it. I am his calm, and he will never forget me. Queens, declare it. Let the world know you're not chasing noise. You are becoming the peace he's been searching for. We are working hard to bring you real, life-changing lessons because you were never meant to be forgotten. You were always meant to reign. Number 7. When you stop trying to be enough and start being real, he stops looking elsewhere. Have you ever asked yourself, what else do I need to do for him to see me? You try harder, you give more, you love deeper, and still he seems distant, like you're chasing a place in his heart that never fully opens. It's exhausting, isn't it? To always feel like you're not enough, like you're constantly performing just to be seen, to be chosen, to be loved. But what if the reason he feels distant is not because you're not enough, but because you're trying too hard to be? When a woman starts twisting herself just to fit what she thinks he wants, she loses the very thing that makes her unforgettable, her truth. The real you isn't just enough. The real you is everything. Marcus Aurelius once said, "Never esteem anything as of advantage to you that will make you break your word or lose your self-respect." That includes love. Because love that costs you your identity is not love. It's sacrifice. And queens are not meant to be sacrificed. They are meant to be honored. Think of a warm cabin in winter. The snow may fall, the winds may roar, but inside, it's peaceful, it's real. There are cracks in the wood. Maybe the fire needs tending, but it feels like home. That's what a man's heart truly wants. Not perfection, not a performance. A place where he can breathe, fail, heal, and still feel loved. And you can never give him that if you're too busy being what he wants, instead of being who you are. When you stop forcing love and start flowing in truth, everything changes. He stops comparing, he stops running, because deep in every man's heart, he's not searching for a flawless woman, he's searching for a real one. And the moment you drop the mask, he sees it. The strength, the softness, the depth, the emotional home he never knew he needed. You are not the woman who needs to chase love. You are the woman he'll never want to live without once he feels your truth. Your power isn't in being enough, it's in being real. That's the woman who reigns. Write this in the comments and claim it. My truth is the home he never wants to leave. Queens, let the world know that from this moment on, you are done shrinking, done bending, done proving. You are rising, real, radiant, unstoppable. If this spoke to your heart, like this video and subscribe to the channel. We are working with all our heart to bring you the wisdom, strength, and life-changing lessons you deserve. Because Queens, your time is now.